Alright, example 7. We now want to render some volumes or density. So we're going to create a density out of this rubber toy here. So let's do this by messing it up a little bit first. Just like this. Let's bring the noise down. Let's add an ISO offset to create a volume. Let's add the uniform sampling to like 70. Let's set the field to density. Let's add a volume VOP afterwards. There's some noise in this volume. Let's add a turbulent noise. Let's do a multiply like that. Let's pipe the position to the position in the noise, and the noise to the second input of the multiplier. Let's put the frequency to, let's say, 14, and let's bump the amplitude to something higher. Let's see, sparse convolution. Maybe that's too high of a frequency actually. Let's put it to 9, something like that. Now we have a kind of a volume here. It should work fine. So let's say we have a volume. Now we can't use the mantra surface anymore, the toy material. So we have to go to the shop, and we're gonna add a pyro. There are a couple of different ones you can use for densities or volumes. You can click this for a library of different materials. If you go to volume, you can have a couple here. There's basic smoke, billowy smoke, there's a candle, there's a fireball, and stuff like this. Fireball is a default one for explosions if you do it from the shelf tab. Billowy smoke is a really basic and nice shader as well. Maybe we'll actually use that. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and use the billowy smoke. That's fine. So let's name this one toy volume. All right, and let's copy that name. Go to the object level. Let's add that, or let's locate it like that. And now we have the volume shader on there. And in the volume shader, which is really basic, you have a couple of different controls here. You have the smoke intensity, you have the smoke color, you have the density controls. So you can up the density, you can lower the density, you can up the shadow density and stuff like this. You have some noise, you have some temperature controls for making fire, and stuff like this. You can do noise to have some extra level of detail in there. But for now, we're actually just gonna go ahead and render this and see what it looks like. So let's keep in mind, our smoke color is actually white here, or it should be. I think this might actually be coloring it a little bit. Is it? No, whatever. Regardless, in the mantra node, we don't have to really do anything different for now. The only thing that I like to change when I'm rendering volumes is to go to the sampling and actually up the stochastic samples to something like 16. And the volume quality to maybe, yeah, 0.25 is fine for that. Yeah, that's it. And then you just go to the render tab and hit render, and we'll see what this looks like. We can check off the motion blur. As you can see, there's something happening here. We have some shadows and we have some faint volume here. Let's go here to our shop tab. Let's go to the billow smoke and let's bump the density to 10 and see what happens. And now we can see that our volume starts to become way denser than before, right? It's still lit by the same light, but it's simply a volume. What I'm noticing here though is that our noise is not that nice. So I'm gonna go back into a volume VOP. I'm gonna lower the frequency a little bit to maybe 4. I'm gonna do a alligator noise instead, and I'm gonna do 3D, and let's see what it looks like. And here we go. Let's up the frequency. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah. Regardless, this is a volume that we're actually now rendering. And we are gonna go ahead and lower the density a little bit so we can see. And yeah, we can increase the shadow multiplying to make the shadows much darker and harsher. Or we can keep it at the same. We can change the smoke color to, let's say, something like yellow or pink. That's a pretty cool smoke. I really like smoke when they are like this kind of vibrant colors. It looks really cool. Regardless, that is how you render volumes in Houdini. Yeah, since you don't really have any temperature field here, we can't really do any fire. But if you had an explosion, you would color the heat based on temperature, and you would use a ramp like this. It's a Kelvin ramp. We could have some extra noise in there, I guess. See what that looks like. Yeah, it's not that cool. Regardless. So this is how you render volumes in Houdini. A little bit different, but still pretty simple. Hopefully you learned something from this, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye.